So I was working on this island called Fisher Island. I decided to start a personal training business with the knowledge of sports performance and conditioning that I had from playing the sport of football and other sports. I was able to apply it right away. I began training CEO of large companies. Fisher Island is one of the wealthiest zip codes in all of the US. So definitely a good spot for that type of a business. I began training celebrities, multimillionaires, and even professional athletes. I was traveling with high-profile clientele to different parts of the world. I was going to South America, I was going to Europe. I even spent 3 months in Africa on a special job, flying on private planes and staying on luxury yachts and all that fun stuff. Over the years that I was teaching these people how to get healthy, how to attain their goals, how to stay fit, I, myself, the trainer, the coach, was suffering in poor health. I was suffering in chronic pain, arthritic pain, inflammation, and I was depressed. I was taking over 20 Advil a day. I was icing my back 4 to 5 times a day just to get through a day of work, day of life. And I remember waking up one morning and looking at myself in the mirror. Oh, and I was booked for a multi-level disc replacement surgery that the surgeons weren't even sure it was going to get me out of the pain. They were going to have to go in through the front and implant this hardware in my lower back. And there was a lot of risks and ramifications involved, and they weren't even sure that it was going to get me out of the pain. And I was like, okay, that's it. Like, no mas, all right? It was at that low point in my life. I woke up one morning, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, how can you go on living the rest of your life like this? At that point, I had decided that I was going to turn to alternative methods to heal myself. This is something that I didn't think in a million years was possible. Why? Because I come from such a one-sided conventional background where all we did was take pills and have surgeries for injuries and so forth and so on. So when somebody told me about alternative methods, I thought they were crazy, right? Well, guess what? I turned to some primal living. Taking fundamentals and principles of our primal ancestors and applying them to today's modern jungle. I had a coach, he would make us practice our fundamentals every day in practice before we practice the rest of the day. Fundamentals such as simple footwork, form tackling, wrapping up, grabbing cloth, taking the man down to the ground. Fundamentals that we used to perform at a high level. So I began to take basic fundamentals of health and apply them to my life.